So, you quit Neverwinter probably years ago, and well, yeah, you're back. Greetings, returning player. I'm lost. What do I do? Well, depending on how long you quit the game, Neverwinter has changed radically. If you are a pre-mod 16 millennial, I am so sorry for you. If you are a mod 6 boomer, yes, don't worry, you don't have to farm mods in Elemental Evil anymore, Grandpa. It's time to wake up for supper. By the way, if instead you're a new player, some of those infos can apply to you, as I tried to not be too cryptic in my tips. Check your bags. This may sound incredibly stupid, but if you didn't close the video yet, you'll be surprised by the amount of people that came back and didn't realize they were sitting on millions of Astral diamonds in companions, once thought worthless. Even fashion items that you may think are useless could be long lost, not droppable items. Neverwinter has this tendency to remove content and items, so anything in your inventory, even the thing you believe could be trash, needs to have a price check on the auction house or to ask someone that you trust if they know if that thing has value. In case there are no items like yours on the auction house, which is fairly possible. And regardless, even if a companion is worthless, devs have this tendency to shift things around, so just in case, keep them somewhere stashed safely. You will never know when something will go up in price. It was the case, for example, for the Cold Iron Warrior, who went from below 10k to millions during Sharandar, and then it was nerfed and it became once again useless. Investing in companions to stock up is never a bad idea. Just be sure that they are not easily acquirable. Clearly buying 300 white dogs from an NPC, not a great idea, dummy. But yeah, some people still try to do that. Also, my suggestion is don't try to go and have this brilliant idea. Oh, I want to corner the market by buying this companion just in case, because you'll be surprised by how many people have bags filled with crap. You will never be able to corner the market unless you're very, very rich. If by any chance you have a stack of coal mods sitting around, do not waste them. Do not give them away. Do not sell them. You just won the Neverwinter lottery game. You are like the Andrew Tates of Neverwinter, speeding around with your Bugatti while everybody's left with white enchants crying on the corner. Even preservation wards have a lot of values for upgrades, since they introduced items that raise the chances of upgrades. You can easily power through with preservation wards if you have a lot, and I really mean a lot, not just a couple of stacks. Raise your item level. So you're back. Okay. Well, you didn't expect to be able to run the new content yet, right? But most likely, your item level is pathetic. The item gap between mods increases more and more, just like real world inflation. Because melee gear is the main reason to play Neverwinter, let's be honest. Everyone chases the new items in the dungeon or the trial. And it's been a while since we've seen the last trial, but meh, Moondancer was Before, however, you trash your gear, and just in case, keep it for now. Raising your item level will take some time, since most of it doesn't even come from gear anymore. If you have companion tokens, mount tokens left over, this is very good. Don't upgrade things at random, however, as having a build is more important than you being able to enter a dungeon and being useless, unless you're getting carried, of course. So, find a build from someone or a content creator that still does Neverwinter content. Sorry. And start to work on which companion mount and enchant you need. This process will take quite a lot of time, however. Mount and companion boosters, which are probably new addition to you. Enchanted at the max will give you a lot of item level, but you don't need that straight away. In the past we used it to go to maximum power stacking meta. Well, if you're a DPS, that won't be the case anymore. Especially when you reach endgame, you either get into a pre-made that sets things without a raptor, or everybody will expect you to use a tamed raptor companion, which will provide a power bonus for yourself and every member of the group, and they stack. So without it, people will have trouble capping their stats, and I've seen people getting kicked from parties or mumbling in Discord because that mythical raptor is not there, but you cannot insult the friend of your friend that got invited to join. If you want my advice for raising item level, you have several options. However, those are gonna be limited to what you can do. The easy way are buy sealed gear from vendors. This one is usually super cheap. You can check the auction house to see what items are sold there to boost your item level. It won't be ideal for your build, but maybe you can't even have enough item level to enter a dungeon. Also, some of the new zones feature gear in the store that you can buy. Usually, they will require you to grind some currency, and you can also buy low quality insignias. Epic ones are usually cheap, but most likely the thing that you want to do to raise item level is to buy mount collars. The purple one are super cheap on the auction house, and you should absolutely get them. Just remember that you cannot stack more than one type of the same color, but you will figure out. And worst case scenario, if you're like me and always get confused with the color type, the boxes are so cheap you don't have to worry about it, to be honest. There is also the form of medallions. If you still have old enchants, you can trade them into the antiquity vendor and it will give you medallion to use. You can only just get some basic one. Be careful on the type of box that you can buy, of course. Type of combat enchant, one type of companion enchant, and well, the rest of the enchant as you're looking in the videos. This is pretty self-explanatory. Join a guild. Neverwinter is not a solo MMO. I'm sure someone here will tell me, actually, I never joined the guild, and I just pagged through all content and I finished everything. Good job, I'm proud of you. Let me give you a sparkly star of participation. Nobody cares about your masochism, let's be honest. This is an MMO, go make friends or enemies. Those are also fun to have. Possibly that are not so jaded with the game that the idea of helping another human being go through content doesn't kill them from the inside. The best guild you can join is Nicostratos. They are very supportive of new players, especially if you're new, with barely 20k item levels and no boons and straight from the tutorial. Just message someone from there and say, I'm Siwin's friend. If by any chance the guy appears and says, who the hell are you? And you just reply, I'm a girl, woof woof. Oh wait, my guild? No, don't join this one. We have a sexual predator here. And unless you mind mandatory estrogen shots and Astolfo cosplays, it's probably not a good place to be. Pasta, are you really gonna put that one in the video? Yes, absolutely. On a serious note, and ignore everything I said here except the girl woof woof part. And you should absolutely get a voice changer on Discord and pretend to be a girl for free stuff.
Yo.
That's what most of the pro players in Neverwinter do. Being in a guild here is incredibly important. Not just for the friend and human component, but for the base stats offered by a max level stronghold. We're talking about movement, speed, extra item level, and some stats. Not all guilds have the same bonuses, though, so inquire at least what they have before joining. Well, ideally, every guild has the best boons possible, but you know, the meta changes and yeah, whatever. Start to refine your diamonds. Your priority in Neverwinter is not just boons or item level, but getting those 100k Astral diamonds refined every day. The system is generous, so if you miss a day and you log the day after, it will refine the missed day's requirement. My editor asked me, does it really do? You played this game for like 5 years. Come on, of course it does. What question is that? However, acquiring raw Astral diamonds is gonna be a challenge for you. Bonus are usually in favor of times eraser. Actually, my editor notes, until recently, DPS get a bonus sometimes. Thank you, editor. I really appreciate you. Okay, but Pasta, what the hell are you talking about? Diamonds, refine. Okay, for people that forgot, you can skip ahead if you using the timestamp provided in the video. If you know what diamonds are, if you are confused or have dementia. In Neverwinter, gold is meaningless unless it's gone. A special event, which happens only once a year. And while you can sell gold to other players, transforming them in gold bars through an NPC allows you to trade that bar for the same amount of gold. Astral diamonds are the most important currency in the game, alongside Zen, which is the premium one. Astral diamonds are used for everything. Action house, erotic roleplay, upgrades, buying dungeons items, buying carry runs, upgrades, and yada yada. You can only refine 100k a day. You missing on those is gonna be bad. How do you refine? You get rough astral diamonds from various activities, mainly, however, it's gonna be dungeon queues with a fat rewards once a day account wide. You can refine only 100k account wide. In case you remember the old system where you can spam 3 normal dungeon queue for characters, you can forget that. Alongside salvage, which allowed you to break down items for rough diamond, that also got removed, sadly. In case you already unlocked ants in Menzoberran, one of the later campaigns in the game, you can also do those ants for rough diamonds. It's one of the best way to get rough astral diamond. You will need to trade abyssal shards that you got in ants for rough AD. Just unlock the modifier to get more abyssal fragments and do those on cooldown. It's very easy and takes little effort if you are able to kill the enemy fast. Boons. Depending on when you quit, Neverwinter did a radical change to both the boon system and a lot of the old campaign like Elemental Evil, Old Sharandar, Acquisition Incorporated got reworked or even removed. Why this is good? Because a lot of the early bloat is gone, no more acquisition mission spamming for like 3 weeks. Instead, boons are divided between campaigns which are repeatable, with long requirements, and adventurers which are one and done only. Focus on adventures immediately. You need a lot of boons to be effective, at least to unlock your master boons. Unlike before, there are some new tools to help you. Genie's gifts, the thing that you can trade in to the campaign store for more campaign currency. Drop rate got increased a lot a while back, and now are more common than ever. Buying genies is a good idea when there is not a double legacy campaign, because then the prices will increase. Some people will go there, buy every genie before the campaign starts, and try to resell them for profit. Save those genie when there is a bonus, because they will give you double currency, and use them on longer campaigns like Storm King Thunder, Jungle of Chult, or to make case after you completed the campaign and don't want to do those legacy quests. I feel it's a waste, but some people do that. I don't advise with doing full campaign buyouts from the Zen store. It's possible, however, even to buy them from the auction house from other players, but the prices are pretty high and it's a waste of AD in my opinion, so unless you're very wealthy. However, if you have an alt and have completed a campaign already, you can create a signet to shorten the time it takes to complete the campaign. You should do that if possible. You will get a free Dread Ring signet when you do the campaign. Don't miss out on events. This should be a no-brainer, but the amount of people that came back and skipped events was insane. Mainly because they felt that they had little time or wanted to go through other priorities to increase their item levels. Events in Neverwinter are some of the best sources to boost your progression. Not all events, just to be clear. And you should capitalize on most of them. Winter's Day gift parties, well, in December, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, are a great way to get preservation modes. By joining gift party, you need to just do a daily quest on an alt and spend hours opening gifts. And then you have enough preservation wards to carry you for an entire year. Or less, depending on your progress, but still, you should absolutely never skip Winter's Day. Protector Jubilee is a bit boring, but you want to capitalize on this as well to get cold mods. It's very time consuming as well, so be warned. There are clever tricks to not do the event the way the devs intended, but we don't talk about that because, yeah, the devs might be listening. Summer event is also great for stacking up on food and get some extra insignia dust. However, I think summer event is the worst event of all them all, not because of the reward, let's be clear, because it's boring. Like, I was kidnapped one time by a friend. Taki, if you're watching the video, I'm sorry to exposing you this way. We were like there for 18 hours. I wanted to kill myself, I swear to God. Zen Exchange and VIP. Just in case, also check the Zen Exchange in case you have some leftover unclaimed Zen or diamonds left there. Some people came back, never checked, and then discovered, oh wait, I have 5k Zen and 100 million AD in the damn exchange to claim. And then they quitted again because, yeah. For people that do not remember or have any idea what I'm talking about, Zen is the premium currency in Arc games, shared between Neverwinter and Star Trek Online. In Neverwinter, it's possible to either buy Zen with AD or sell AD for Zen. The issue is that this is not an instant thing, because Neverwinter is not Guild Wars. The problem is that the process is incredibly painfully and slow because the developer decided to put a cap on the Zen price to not destroy the economy. The setback of this is that it might even take 10 months to see your Zen go through. Don't count too much on it. Mine was also a year. I got Zen on March 11 and put the listing on March of 2024. Thank you, editor, for this nugget of wisdom. VIP, the paid subscription, is quite useful. Just remember, if you want to spend Zen to open invocation bags, to get a 20 off everything voucher, so you actually spend less for it. Each month of VIP is a permanent added level. At max rank, VIP allows you to flip things on Action House more easily without losing diamonds every time you pull down an item to adjust the price. These daily free keys will also give you a lot of trade bars, and apparently there is a trade bar sales very soon, and you should save trade bars when a sale is up to use them to get the most of it. My advice for trade bars is buy companion and mount tokens, and you also get reroll tokens for dungeon chest and some healing potion. Healing potion don't really matter, however. You may notice that Neverwinter embraced the concept of account-wide items more often. This is the case for a lot of the new companions and mounts, mostly the premium one from lockboxes and the one that you can get from the Zen store, to be fair. It was not the case back then. Investing in those is a good idea, provided that they are useful, since they help to boost your booster account-wide and can be reclaimed by all your characters. However, do not buy something just because it's account-wide. Think, Mark, use your brain. Is this useful long-term? But okay, what should I upgrade first? It will depend on your budget, however, and your time. If you do not have any cold mod, I would say check the market, look at the price. As it shifts constantly, you may realize it may be cheaper to buy a mythic enchant for companion or weapon, and then upgrade one from scratch. Celestial enchants, which is the maximum rank of rarity, are account bound. You can reclaim them on all your characters. However, they cannot be bought. So you need to buy a mythic one, and then you will still need to upgrade it yourself. If you have cold mods, then do the same. Calculate the cost of the cold mod, and if it's worth more to buy a cheaper enchant, just grab that one and upgrade it yourself. In the calculation, you also need to add the cost of the other materials. I don't know, this sounds more complicated than it is, just please use your brain. But companion enchants and combat enchants give the most item level pasta for the same upgrade cost. Thank you, editor. See, this is why you have an editor. They correct your mistakes. For insignias, I would advise to just get some basic ones you can afford, either epic or legendary, possibly with the stats you need, just in case you want to upgrade them in the future, or buy insignias from campaign windows. Also check the insignia bonus you would like, even if your insignias are low level. Thank you, editor. An active companion to Celestial, I would say it's probably your best bet. If you're a tank or a healer, it's trickier because you want to use something that provides utility to the group, something like Tutor, Portobello, which you can't drop because it's from an event store, Etrian, Flapjack, Spine Devil, Black Dead Scorpion, Dritz, and so on. There is a full list somewhere on YouTube, I will not link it. Issue is most likely that they're gonna be expensive, so if tank or a healer, start to upgrade a companion you actually need in your build for its passive bonus, then you will figure out the rest. Unless you're rich, in that case, just pick your poison. For DPS, it also depends on your resources. As a DPS, you want a companion with good damage, however, we go back to the same argument as a healer. If you're broke, get a companion you need for your stats first. and then just use it as summoned. Good DPS companion, which is also dirt cheap, is Green Scale Bowman. The only problem that it comes in a low rarity, either green, blue, or sometimes purple, if I remember correctly. But Pasta, what you said here is wrong. It's what I did, and it worked out fine for me. Again, it depends how much diamonds one has. The worst thing you can do, however, is upgrade something less for the sake of bolster. And I will state this again. Epic Color Choice Pack comes from lockboxes and sells very cheaply on Action House. So you should use those. Thank you, editor. One last thing of note that is very important. It's the Reaper Challenge. It was the most meaningful and important addition to Neverwinter in the last 10 mods, most likely. I'm not exaggerating, because usually we don't get things that are worth doing every day. Every day you have a challenge from an existing dungeon on a rotation. It will have some debuffs and an increased item level. Completing it will award you with Reaper tokens that can be used to buy goodies. My advice is to save on those and grab yourself a tamed raptor first. Doing Reaper is good not just for tokens, but also helps you to get used to hard content in the game, and it's also a place where you can actually meet new people, since they are not incredibly difficult to do, at least most of them. But it also depends on the group, let's be honest, because frankly, Neverwinter does not do too well with the difficulty curve. It's either brain dead or super hard for most people. My editor also wants me to mention you can also buy legendary insignia choices pack and other useful things. Yes, but get a raptor first, let's be honest. It will also take you 1 month of Reaper challenge, so good luck, my friend. And finally, the most important question of all of them. Decide if you want to play Neverwinter. The progression in this game is very slow. And I really mean slow. And I really mean slow. We're not talking about Korean level where it takes a year to just level up a skill. But, yeah. Especially if you are new or super behind. Once upon a time, it was easier to just get some companions to legendary, get your bondings. Enchants were super easy to get. Well, with the exception of Bilethorn and Barkshield rank 14, those were super expensive. I remember spending like 3 weeks grinding Icewind Dale's Corrupt Enchants just to be able to afford both of them, and then I just straight up bought them. Progression in Neverwinter is way longer now compared to before, and this has nothing to do with gearing. That too can be quite time consuming, as RNG can be a bitch. The running dungeon will cost you health stones, life scrolls. Those are still diamond sinks just to be able to enter a place, and you are not guaranteed to finish the dungeon. If your group is not good enough, I'm sorry, I just said it. If you have the patience and the will to work long-term goals like a full celestial boosters with both mounts and companions, or celestial rank enchants and mythic insignias, which I assume that one day will become celestials, and well, we go back to suffering for powder dust. Well, granted, a lot of mounts and companions are account wide now, so and with the celestial enchants being also account wide, if you want to switch classes, it's not gonna be as painful. However, it's still gonna be painful, let's be honest. So you will need to save up resources, and probably if you commit to endgame, do not switch classes, at least for your first fully finished character. Also remember that things in Neverwinter shift a lot. You will be never done with a character. Every mod, a better companion for DPS will come out, or a new meta will change, so you will need to change things around, which means spending tokens, AD, trade bars, and yeah. Conclusions. Are there better guides than this? Yeah, but this one is mine. So, Pasta, does this mean that if I join your guild, you will carry me through? No. No, I am a game tourist now. Don't expect me to stick to a single game ever again. Neverwinter has an overall helpful community, contrary to what some people will tell you. Yeah, there are idiots and crazy people, but so does every MMO. It's up to you if you want to come back or not. Neverwinter did a lot of new updates with the dungeon and stuff. However, once you get to endgame, you will probably get bored, like after a while. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Don't expect Neverwinter content mainly because, yeah, I'm a tourist. See you!